Hi, this is a quick demo for the new fleet tracking platform and temperature controlled monitoring. As you'll see, we've logged into an account here. On the left hand side you'll see 3 vehicles, 1 which has been fitted, 2 which are waiting to be fitted. At the top one on the left here you'll see is currently doing 33 miles per hour, and in brackets it's showing 70 miles an hour because that's the speed limit for that road. You can see the mileage of the vehicle. You can see that it's connected to 14.54 volts and it's currently on the M25 towards Surrey. You can see the GPS fix is okay. You'll see 2 dates and times up here if you hover over the top one. The top one is for the last valid GPS fix and the bottom one is the last time that the SIM card sent data. So if it was in a bad signal area, it didn't have a fix, it might still be sending data to the platform directly to us. What you can see here is the vehicle in the centre of the screen is being followed, so as this moves the platform will follow this vehicle. You can deselect them between different vehicles, so we've currently selected the top one, the middle one and the bottom one, but we'll just go to the top one for now. One of the most important things on this system here, as you can see, it's currently 9 degrees inside the rear of the vehicle and the GPS fix is okay. Now we've set parameters within this temperature control monitoring, so if we right click and go to tracker settings, it brings up our pop-up box, so we can choose obviously different icons, what vehicle it is, sync the odometer, and one of the important things, especially for the temperature control, is the I/O settings, input outputs, and we scroll down to the Dallas temperature sensor number 1, and we have said put a description on the screen when it goes above 14 degrees or if it goes below -4, and at the same time then it will send the owner of this, which I won't show the email address on the screen, but it will send the owner an email to say this vehicle here, or a pop-up on the screen depending on what you want, is exceeding the limits, be it above 14 degrees or below -4. So if we currently close that, and if we wanted to see a replay of this vehicle, we can right click or with the mouse and do tracker replay. What that does, it comes to the server, gets all of the information for today for that vehicle, and will produce it on the screen in a format, and green is a good line, so where the vehicle has driven well, no bad driver behaviour. And you see I'm scrolling across here, and if you see, I'm just trying to look for somewhere in red for you. No, the driver on this one has driven pretty well. You can start to see here it goes into amber, and if we looked over that it will see, because it's approaching a 50 mile/h speed limit and the driver at that point was doing 57. We can obviously choose between business and personal journeys if we needed to, and we can replay at a different speed, and we can also choose different trackers on the left hand side. So if I just close that for now and we're back to the home reporting, and we just want to look at this one vehicle, we want to run a report, so we can click reports towards the top of the screen, and let's say we want to run a temperature report. We scroll down, obviously we can generate lots of reports, but we just want a temperature detailed report, and let's generate that. What that does now, it gives us a detailed report for that vehicle, tells us when the ignition was on today, when it was in transit, and more importantly, if the vehicle was within its time ranges and limits of temperature, and if it exceeds, it gives the notification to the owner to say this vehicle's inside the vehicle is exceeding or speeding. For example, here you'll see at 7:29 it's a 40 mile/h road and the driver's doing 58 miles an hour. So it just gives you an idea, and we can close that report and get that generated to the owner of the system. On top of that, you can right click again, go to tracker settings, we can create notes, driver syncs, alert settings, maintenance reminders, so we can add reminders, reminder name, so we can say it's a service due, just go back to that, add a new reminder, the date, and that will send it to the contact that you put in here. Okay. It gives you a rough idea of just the basics of the system. It can do so much more comparative fleet analysis. We can run a live report. What that does, it analyses the driving of the vehicle, it analyses where it's been, analyses when it's been idling or when it's moving. So you'll see here, today the total driving time is 7 hours, maximum minimum speed. The distance covered today up to this point is 196.87 miles. And you can see here along this blue line, which is the 24-hour period of today, what it's done, the speed analysis of where it's done and how much it's been idling and where it's been. So it's quite an effective tool. I hope this helps. We will put on some more videos around zoning and stuff just to keep people up to date with the new platform, specifically designed around managing your fleet and getting the best from within your fleet.